Hey folks. A lot of our customers have asked us for if we could integrate with Airtable, and some customers have also asked us how to push alerts back to Slack. And in particular, we've gotten the ask to be able to create like dynamic alerts that kind of change depending on the data. So let's say a number goes up, then show like a green arrow. If the number's going down, show a red arrow, and so on and so forth. So not just like a static report. And so I wanted to actually do a video where I combine the two. I show you how to pull data from Airtable and then manipulate the data and sync it back to Slack to create these alerts. Just to kind of show you the end result here before we talk about how we do this, here you can see, as a matter of fact, I'll start with the Airtable data here. We have it's just dummy data, but we have a handful of projects with a description, project name. And then we have things like a status here, which is in progress, not started or completed. And then we have an on track status, which tells us if the project is behind schedule, on schedule, or done. And say, for example, we want to get this like daily or weekly alert that kind of tells us like thumbs up, green, like things are good, it's on schedule, or red, the project's behind schedule, or the project hasn't started yet. So we did just that here. We have this workflow that we've built in Fabi that will automatically look at those two fields, and depending on the field, will tell you pause, a little pause emoji here, project hasn't started, red, as in the project is behind schedule, or green, the project is on schedule or done. So this is a fairly simple example that I'm showing today, but you can imagine what you can do with this. You can create all sorts of like custom alerts that can deliver sort of timely and relevant insights to the team. So for the Airtable, let's start with the Airtable integration. In a SmartBook, we're simply going to be using the Airtable API. Really simple. You can literally just ask the AI in Fabi to create this for you. The AI will auto install Airtable package. And really, all you need is once you've generated a token, you just need the base ID, the table name, and the API key. I obviously hid the API key here, so if I rerun this, it won't actually work. Uh, but the base ID and the table name, those are available in the URL. And I believe in Airtable, they always start, the base ID always starts with app. That ID always starts with that. And then the table name ID, I believe, always starts with TBL, like table. So that's pretty much it. So what we're doing here is we're pulling the data, we're storing it as a data frame called DF. And then what we're doing down here, and again, I just asked the AI to build this and it did it in basically 30 seconds less, is it generates a Slack, a Python script that will push the data back to Slack. So again, the Slack SDK is actually already pre-installed in the Fabi kernel. And then all you need to do is add your Slack token. I do have a separate video. If you are interested in this, just let me know. I have a separate video explaining exactly how to generate the Slack token. Super simple. If you have Slack admin access, it should take you a whole, maybe like 6 minutes. And then there's this logic here that will go and sort of create different messages. You can see the message here. It will create a different message with a different status emoji based on these conditions. So it's saying if the status of the project is not started, it's a pause. If the project is on track, then uh, it's green. Otherwise, it's red. So you can modify this all sorts of ways. But again, hopefully the idea here is just to show you that you can really get creative with the way that you push alerts. Where one, where you pull data from in Fabi, and two, how you push alerts. And then, of course, once you've built all of this, you can just come in here and schedule the workflow. You can schedule set whatever cadence you want and then simply publish it, and then this workflow will run on the scheduled cadence. Hopefully, you find this helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to drop them down below. And happy building.